Dodd. From Millersburg, Ohio, the 96 of Keith Berner. Out of Callery in the 1, Mr. Invitational Bob Waring Sr. From Dormont in the 8, Dennis Curry. And from Carnegie, or actually Scott Township in car 99, Ricky Thomas. Number 4, we want to turn them loose. 10 laps, first of 3 late model heats, twin 20s for the late models tonight. And here they come off the 4th turn on the gas, and the green is out. Rick Dawson darts into the lead, and that Masters-built chassis with a Malquit spec engine. Crawford is second. Doug Dodd moving on the outside of the number 12 into the runner-up spot as they slide into 3. Battle for a second right behind race leader Rick Dawson. Jimmy Zarin runs 4th in the 1Z. Bob Waring right now 5th in the 1W. Keith Berner out of shape and with a problem. Look out. Berner locks the wheels up here on the front straightaway in the 96F, and the caution is out. Ricky Dawson, his race to restart. Doug Dodd on the outside. Here they come off of 4. The green is out. Dodd was a top 5 finisher here 2 weeks ago, and he'll take the lead into turn number 1. The Waston Ruble Performance number 12 of Doug Dodd out of Cambridge, Ohio leads Ricky Dawson down the back straightaway, and Jim Zarin running strong here to start 99 is up into 3rd. Crawford back to 4th in the 9C. Waring and Thomas battle for 5th as they race off the 4th turn. Side by side for 5th. Ricky Thomas making the pass in the L. Thomas Towing and Body Shop number 99. Doug Dodd still your leader. Rick Dawson running 2nd. Jim Zarin 3rd. Crawford 4th. Thomas 5th. Completing lap number 3. Keith Berner, who had problems there in that first lap spin, trying to work his way up through the field again in car number 96. Right behind the 1 of Bob Waring. The Coors Light 8 of Dennis Curry behind Berner as they head into turn number 3. Doug Dodd turning that lap at 20.68 seconds. That's pretty quick compared to earlier in the evening. 20.68, that computes to almost 96 miles per hour for his average speed. And he is pulling away now. Ricky Dawson out for the first time this year in that 67 car at the halfway points. He is still 2nd with Zarin 3rd, Crawford 4th, and Thomas running 5th. More laps to go. Doug Dodd cruising along. Memory serves me correct, 2 weeks ago, Doug started way at the back of his heat and came charging through to finish 2nd. So he said he had a top 5 feature finish opening night. Jimmy Zarin now starting to put the pressure on Rick Dawson for 2nd. Zarin in the Ace Tire and Parts JED Services number 1Z out of Glen Willard, putting the pressure on Rick Dawson for 2nd. A pair of Masters-built spec engine cars battling for that runner-up slot off at turn number 2. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Dodd by himself out in front. Dawson's car looks like it's starting to push, getting into the corners. You can see the front end skating out. Zarin has closed in now. Crawford still 4th, Thomas is 5th with 1 more lap to go. 1 to go. What's your battle for 2nd here? Into turn number 1, Zarin dives to the inside of Dawson. They're wheel-to-wheel for 2nd, off at 2, down the back straightaway. It's still Dawson 2nd, Zarin 3rd, and here comes your leader off the 4th turn to take the checkered flag. Doug Dodd, convincing win. Rick Dawson challenged, will get 2nd. Jimmy Zarin 3rd. Doug Crawford 4th. Ricky Thomas finishes 5th. Waring, Berner, and Curry round out the field. Doug Dodd, your winner in car number 12, Morgantown in the 46, Doug Horton from Chester, West Virginia, the 5 of Lou Bradish. From Baldwin in the 35, Mike Cecere. First night in late models 2 weeks ago, finished 6th. From St. Clairsville, the 33 of Bob Moskey. From Wellsburg, West Virginia, the 17 of Lance Elson. From Strasburg, our opening night winner, 04, B.A. Malkwood. And defending track champion Mark Bunnell from St. Clairsville in the T8. The green is out, and here they come. Mark Bunnell went from last to 5th in a hurry off the 4th turn in the T8. He's got the green numbers, not superstitious. Faree leads. Bradish running 2nd. Cecere is 3rd. Horton is 4th. Bunnell is 5th. Mark Bunnell in the T8 down on the inside trying to hug that rail. He and Doug Horton battling for 4th down the back straightaway. Horton still 4th, Bunnell is 5th. Bradish now trying to charge forward in the 04. 2 weeks ago, the feature winner, our last race. Faree still leads in the Faree Chevrolet Franklin Racing Supply number 4. The Medical Center Brace 5 of Lou Bradish is 2nd. Mike Cecere in the Steel Horse Racing 35 3rd. Horton 4th, pressured by the T8 of Mark Bunnell. Wheel to wheel for 4th in turns 3 and 4. It's still Horton 4th, Bunnell 5th as they exit turn number 4. Lance Elson is running 6th. Malkwood is 7th. This heat race stacked with some heavy hitters. Bunnell again to the inside of Horton, but Doug's been able to beat him off the turns. In car 46, the Jenkins Ford Landmark Forestry 46. Faree still leading. Bradish 2nd. Bunnell now has his nose into 4th, and he'll make the pass as they head into turn number 1. Now it's Doug Horton to the inside trying to overtake Bunnell for 4th as they race down the back straightaway. Elson still 6th. Malkwood struggling in this heat race, running 7th as Faree leads at the halfway point. The Franklin Racing Supply Faree Chevrolet rocket chassis with a Drame engine under the hood. Ed, like Doug Dodd, running an open motor, not a spec motor. Lou Bradish in 2nd, also running a rocket chassis with an open motor. Cecere has a spec engine. He is 3rd. Bunnell with a spec motor running 4th. Horton is 5th. Malkwood is now up to 6th in the 04. DA has moved up to 6th, dropping Lance Elson to 7th in car 17 with Bob Moskey and Mark Booth rounding out the field. 3 more laps to go, folks. 3 laps to go. Malkwood in the 04, Lance Elson in the 17, trying to close in on the 5th place car of Doug Horton in the 46. 1 more lap to go. Ed Faree, your leader into turn number 1 with Bradish 2nd, Cecere 3rd, Bunnell 4th. Then Horton followed closely now by Malkwood and Elson. B.A. Malkwood goes to the outside in the field Lucon. In fact, Doug Horton, the engine sounded a bit sour when he came down the front straightaway. He is headed for the pits. That will move Malkwood into 5th as Faree takes the win. Bradish will get 2nd, Cecere 3rd, Bunnell 4th, Malkwood will get 5th, and Lance Elson 6th. Out of Hookstown. Here we go. Miley in the 99, Shelton Brand the 29. Bring the field into turn 4. The green is out, and we're underway. Miley with the lead into turn number 2. Bill Nepper runs 2nd, and here comes the West Virginia Rim Rider with a head of steam on the outside. Steve Baker moving in that new color scheme for 99. The yellow and purple number 84. Miley pushes up. Nepper's to the inside. They're wheel-to-wheel for the lead coming off of turn 4. Bill Nepper in the 55. Ben Miley in the Calusi Chevy number 99. Baker running a strong third in the 84. Then it's Flinner in the 09 in fourth. Sheltonbrand slows in car number 29. Ken Sheltonbrand slowing in car 29 and coming to a stop at the inside of turn number 2. Caution is out. Caution is out for the... We are back underway. Watch out, boys. Things are crowded into turn 1. Billy Knepper still leading. Ben Miley second, John Flinner third, and Steve Baker fourth with John Johnson fifth. But they were getting it on going into turn number 1. Still Knepper out in front. Flinner trying to take second away from Miley. Baker runs fourth. Johnson is fifth. Steve Baker now to the inside of Ben Miley trying to take third. And he makes the pass off at turn number 2. Bill Knepper out of Oakdale is your leader with John Flinner second and Baker third. Johnny Johnson now pressuring Miley for fourth. Johnny Johnson in the Johns Towing 48 moves to fourth. Miley is now fifth, and it's Adler, Jeff Henry, Mark Moats, Jim Lepro, and Roddy Exposito. Flinner trying to run down race leader Bill Knepper. Closing in on the halfway point. Tell you what, those drivers are really battling some serious sunshine coming down the front straightaway. Equal distance between first, second, third, and fourth, even fifth. Flinner's car looks like it's a little better in turn 4 than Knepper. Knepper seems to get a bit of a push into that fourth turn. Car wanted to drift up the racetrack, and Flinner looks like he is closing ground. Baker third, Johnny Johnson fourth, Ben Miley fifth, Bill Adler is sixth. Jeff Henry pushes high into turn 1 in the J7. He loses a spot to Jim Lepro. John Flinner trying to run down Bill Knepper here. Just over 2 laps to go. Flinner taking the auction barn 09 deep into turn number 3. He is making up some ground on the race leader with 2 laps to go. Knepper leading, Flinner second. Baker third. Johnny Johnson fourth. Ben Miley runs fifth. Off of turn 2, it's still Knepper by 3 car lengths. Into 3. Knepper has that bit of a push, but he's been able to keep the momentum thus far and keep the lead. 1 lap to go, one lap remaining. Flinner now right on the back bumper of Knepper as they went into turn number 1. 2 car lengths lead for Bill Knepper as they come to the checkered flag. Baker third, Johnson fourth. Here comes Flinner trying to make it work down on the inside in turn 4. Down the front straightaway to the checkered flag. It'll be Knepper winning, Flinner second. Baker third, Johnson fourth, and Miley will get fifth. Pete Laurie in the number 11. From Heidelberg in the 55, Wee Willie White. In the 84 from Pittsburgh, Jim Steffens. From Wintersville, Ohio, the 12B of Bob Damron, moving up from the spectator stocks. Out of Chester, West Virginia, the 1W of Todd Wright. In the red number 8 from Emsworth, Tom Schernhofer. Second week, Tom's been out. Chuck Mowry in car number 64 out of Natrona Heights. And making his limited late model debut in the number 83 from Weirton, West Virginia, Robert Freshour. 2 weeks ago, he was lucky or fortunate that it rained last week because he wouldn't have had his motor back. And he's got her under the hood tonight. And he's got the lead as we start this first heat race. Todd Wright doing a little 360 spin on the front straightaway. And he keeps her going, and green is out. Quaker Steak and Lube 11 of Pittsburgh, Pete Loria shows the way. Jim Steffens in the 84 and Willie White in the 55 are side by side for second. Tom Schernhofer in the 8 runs fourth. Then it's Bob Damron in the 12 and Robert Freshour in the 83 heading down the back straightaway. The Quaker Steak and Lube Century 3 Dodge 11 of Pittsburgh, Pete Loria out in front. The Colbert's Collision, 84, Jim Steffens now by himself in second. Willie White in the Prescott Heating and Cooling Ken-Six NASCAR Collectibles 55 is third, and the Kangaroos Outback Cafe of 8 of Tommy Schernhofer on the charge, trying to take third into turn number 3. Side by side with Willie White, and he'll make the pass. Robert Freshour's moved up to fourth in car 83, out for the first time with this full-bodied race car for running the E-Mods. They're all trying to track down the black number 11 of Pete Loria. Steffens second, Schernhofer third, Freshour fourth, White fifth. Then Bob Damron and Chuck Mowry. Todd Wright way behind the field after spinning there to take the green. We're halfway now, less than 5 laps to go. Imperial Tire Automotive, Quaker Steak and Lube, and Century 3 Dodge, the sponsors on the rocket chassis number 11 of Pete Loria. Colbert's Collision and Service 84, Jim Steffens still second. Schernhofer Welding, Kangaroos Outback Cafe number 8 of Tommy Schernhofer third. Robert Freshour looking strong as well in the number 83. 3 laps to go, 3 to go. Schernhofer up high though in turn 4. Almost got the wall there in the number 8. To go, 2 to go. Final lap for Pittsburgh Pete Loria as he tries to negotiate the 1W of Todd Wright. He'll put him a lap down in turn 1. Jim Steffens second. Freshour's third. Schernhofer has dropped to fourth. Willie White running fifth. Checkered flag waving. Pittsburgh Pete Loria in car number 11 picks up the win. Jim Steffens second. Robert Freshour will get third. Tom Schernhofer fourth in car number 8. Willie White in the 55 comes home fifth. So Pittsburgh Pete got the motor fixed, and it's fixed right, at least so far, as he picks up that heat race win, 29. From Pittsburgh, defending track champ Dave Wade in the 76. From Oakdale in the 77, Ken Manicki. In car number 00, from Austintown, Ohio, John Pavlik. Kennedy Township's Lendo Brzezelski in the 25. In the number 5 car, from Moon Township, George Kawadik. And the B8 of Tom Bateman from Carnegie. Green is out. Joe Johnson spinning his tires from the pole. Rick Heim, the Lowry's Run Automotive 29, takes the lead. Dave Wade is second. Joe Johnson right now third. Lendo Brashelski fourth. John Pavlik fifth in car 00. Rick Heim continues to lead the way. Ken Manecki pitting in car 77. Ken Manecki in the pits in car 77. The Lowry's Run Automotive 29 of Rick Heim still leading over the Specialty Turbine Yingling Lager 76 of Dave Wade. Then it's the Phil's Towing 3J of Joe Johnson. 25 of Lendo Brashelski, the Rough Cut Slim Jim Sub Express Rocket. John Pavlik's 00 running a solid fifth. George Kowalik out for the first time too, another newcomer to racing in the number 5. Rick Heim was fast 2 weeks ago and he hasn't slowed down any so far here tonight. Rick moving up from the spectator stocks right at the end of last season. Running once last year. Second time in the car opening night this year. He was the feature winner. 4 laps to the finish. Dave Wade, the defending track champion, running second. Joe Johnson third. Lendo Brashelski fourth. John Pavlik runs fifth. And then George Kowalik and Tom Bateman Jr. White flag, 1 lap to go, 1 lap to go. Rick Heim leading. Dave Wade still second. There's been no change up in front. Joe Johnson third. Lendo Brashelski is fourth. Lenz 25 still has a bit of a push. He had the lead opening night in the feature, but the handle went away, and he ended up losing that lead to Rick Heim, who picked up the win and will win this heat race. Dave Wade comes home second. Here they come for third, fourth, and fifth. It's going to be Joe Johnson in the 3J third, the 25 of Lendo Brashelski fourth. The 00 of John Pavlik will complete your top 5. Odds the 63 of Ralph Highsong Jr. out of Georgetown. In the 28s, Jeff Broniszewski. Jeff from Coriopolis in the 67. Dennis Niederreiter from Burgettstown. DJ Miller from Hookstown in the 16. In the 0, Larry Kugel out of Chester, West Virginia. Austintown, Ohio's Wayne Tessine in the 10. And the number 66 is Jimmy Plans from Georgetown. 8 laps, first of 3 heats for the M-Stall E-Mods. Jeff Broniszewski taking the lead down the back straightaway into turn number 3 in the number 28. Ralph Highsong Jr. in the 63 fighting the wheels. He's second. Here comes Wayne Tessine in the 10. He moves to second. Tessine now trying to take the lead away from Broniszewski into turn 1, and he's got it. Following him is High Song. They're 3 wide for second off a turn 2 down the back chute. Broniszewski in the 28 second. High Song in the 63 third. Then it's the 16 of DJ Miller and the 0 of Larry Kugel about to make it 3 wide for third. Broniszewski gets loose in the 28. He's still second, or is he? He and DJ Miller now side by side for the second slot into turn number 1. Miller up to second. Broniszewski is third. Then it's High Song and Kugel down the back straightaway. They do battle. Jimmy Plants in the 66, the 67 of Dennis Niederreiter. Way out in front already is the number 10 of Wayne Tessine. DJ Miller second. The Tomai's Towing 28 of Jeff Broniszewski third. Larry Kugel in the 0 right now fourth. Jimmy Plants has moved to fifth in car 66. High Song in the 63 has dropped back to sixth. Halfway, 4 laps to go. DJ Miller out of shape at the 16. He ends up back in the 4th spot going into turn 1. He's down on the inside trying to take third away from Larry Kugel, but can't do it. Tessine leads by a straightaway. The Tubbs Automotive Cost Realty number 10 just motoring away here. Not spinning the wheel. Broniszewski in the 28 trying to hold off Larry Kugel for second into turn number 1. The Tomai's Towing Pennzoil 28 of Jeff Broniszewski being pressured now by the Penfield Contracting 0 of Larry Kugel. DJ Miller right behind them in the Fidel Cleaners. RJT Ice Cream number 16. Jimmy Plants about to make that a 4-car battle in the number 66. Kugel puts his nose into second. Broniszewski battles back on the outside. Coming around for the white flag. Watch that race for second, third, fourth, and fifth. It's tight in turn 3. No doubt about the leader. It's Wayne Tessine. Kugel second now. Broniszewski is third. Jimmy Plants and DJ Miller battle for fourth and fifth. Miller in the 16 fourth. Then it's Plants in the 66 fifth. From Austintown, Ohio, in the Cost Realty Tubbs Automotive 10, Wayne Tessine, unbeaten this year. He's won 2 heats and a feature. Larry Kugel in the 0 will finish second. Jeff Broniszewski will get third. DJ Miller fourth. Jimmy Plants in the 66 is fifth. Outside the front row from Weirton, West Virginia, the 84 of Jim Petrell. Row 2 inside, the 29 of Austintown, Ohio's Jeff Hafke. In the 14 from Niles, Ohio, Scott Stifler. In the 44, that is Dennis Niederreiter from Burgettstown. From Swissville in the 22, Gary Scott. They get to the cone, we go. And the green is out. Whoa! Jeff Hafke in the 29 and Dennis Niederreiter in the 44 headed the wrong way on a one-way street, and the caution is back out. Well, he's been a big winner in the Pure Stocks up at the Lernerville Sportsman Raceway 7 area. Green is out. Driving the 11H M-Stall Modified. He was here opening night, April the 3rd. We got rained out. He's back to try his hand at it again. Jimmy Petrell out of Weirton in the Wilkins Family Restaurant. Citgo 84 out in front here. Scott Stifler from Niles, Ohio. A lot of Ohio drivers competing here at Pittsburgh, and he's just one of many. He runs third in the 14. Integra 14. The Swissvale Music 22 of Gary Scott runs fourth. Petrell still leading. Scott Stifler second now. Rick Robinson third. Gary Scott is fourth. Stifler trying to take the lead away here as they race through 3 and 4 side by side. Scott Stifler in the Integra 14 on the inside. Outside, it's the Wilkins Family Restaurant Sitco 84, Jimmy Petrell. Stifler with the lead now as they exit turn 2. Coming to the halfway point. Halfway, Stifler leads. Petrell second, Robinson third. Gary Scott fourth. To go, 2 to go. Scott Stifler is your leader out of Niles, Ohio. 1 lap to go. Jimmy Petrell second, Rick Robinson third, and Gary Scott is fourth. Flag for Scott Stifler. Jimmy Petrell is second, Rick Robinson third, Gary Scott fourth. The number 19, Danny Burns from Imperial, the number 69. Out for the first time in the 53 car is Jim White from Niles, Ohio. John Mirgo in the 40, Scott Jones in the 71. Hold on, boys, hold on. They're starting things a little early. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Into turn number 1. Dale Fuller in the 66, Jim Dandy Jr. in the 19, wheel to wheel. Off at 2 down the back straightaway. Jim Dandy Jr. takes the lead. Fuller second, Danny Burns running third. Jim Dandy Jr. still leads. Danny Burns second. Dale Fuller is third. 17M Russ Matika fourth. Jim White in the 53. Booty Petsko in the 00. And Scott Jones, Scott Gunn, and John Mirgo. Russ Matik in the 17, trying to overtake Dale Fuller for third. Also on the march, the 00, Booty Petsko. Booty Petsko up to fourth now in the 00. Matik in the 17 is third. Burns runs second, and Jim Dandy Jr. is your leader. Dale Fuller back in fifth in car 66. Halfway this time by, 4 to go. a straightaway lead for Jim Dandy Jr. Booty Petsko on the outside trying to get by Russ Matika for third. The door was shut. He had to back out of it. Petsko's back on the gas in 3 and 4 trying to get by Matika on the outside coming off the fourth turn. Booty Petsko picks up another spot in the 0-0. Through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Booty third now. Matika fourth. Dale Fuller still fifth. Running second is Danny Burns. And here comes your leader, Jim Dandy Jr., completing lap 6 with 2 to go. 2 laps to go. That lead is now a straightaway for Jim Dandy Jr. Danny Burns second, and Booty Petsko is on the march. Booty was way in the back, and it's not taking him long to come to the front. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go in this final heat race for the M-Stall Modifieds. Into turn 1. Petsko in the 0-0 down on the inside. We've got a spin here off of 4. The 14G of Scott Gunn. Parked, and he'll get her back underway. The green stays out. Jim Dandy Jr. coming to the checkered flag out of Niles, Ohio. In the number 19 picks up the win. Here they come for second, third, and fourth. Danny Burns will get second. Booty Petsko third, Russ Matika fourth, and Dale Fuller finishes fifth in car 66. M-Stall Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. 63X Dave Beck, then the 0-0 of Alantala, opening night winner. 3D Dave Kremaniker, the 22 of Chris Langham. Mach 5 Frankie Schneider. New car in the 76, 67X Danny Rich, 45 Pat Weldon. Also out there, the 3 of Doug Foster and the 20 of Dave Cook. Lou Bajarski is the new car, the 76. Danny Rich slows down. The Danimals off the pace in car 67X. Alantala is your leader. He was the opening night winner in the Kelly's Beer Distributing 0-0. Dave Beck is second. Spinning is the 22 of Chris Langham, and Dave Cook just gets by in the 20 car. He's still going, and the green stays out. Alantala leads the way. Dave Beck is second, and Frankie Schneider third. Dave Kremaniker in the 3D is fourth, and then Pat Weldon in the 45 car running fifth. Lou Bajarski off the pace in car 76. The Mach 5 of Frankie Schneider putting the heat on the 63X of Dave Beck for second. Here they come wheel to wheel off the fourth turn with Alantala still leading the way at the halfway point. Into turn 1, Schneider down low in the 5 car. Ford versus Chevy here. Beck's a Ford, Schneider a Chevy as they exit turn 2. Pat Weldon is fourth. Dave Kremaniker in the 3D fifth, and the 3 of Doug Foster in sixth. Frankie Schneider making the pass for second. And the Schneider Trucking black electric number 5, the Mach 5. Quaker Steak and Lube. Simmons Window Cleaning. 63X of Dave Beck running third as the Kelly's Beer Distributing Atlas Clay and Building Materials. 0-0 of Alantala continues to lead the way. 2 more laps to go. 2 laps to go. Chris Langham spinning again up in turn 3 and 4, right in front of the race leader here. Caution is out. Caution is out for the 22 22, Chris Langham. Awatala in the 00, Frank Schneider in the Mach 5, your front row. Here they come into turn number 4. Tatala's race to restart. He hits the gas, and the green is back out with 2 laps to go. Down into turn number 1. Spin, spin, spin. Dave Beck, who had a strong run going into 63X, ends up on the back of the bus after spinning in turn 2. White flag, 1 lap to go. It's still Atala. Here comes Schneider, and Pat Weld now makes it a 3-car battle in the 45. Doug Foster's 3 is 4th. Dave Kremanik in the 3D runs 5th. Then the 22 of Chris Langham. Into turn 3, it's still Awatala and the Kelly's Beer Distributing. Atlas Claim Building 00. Schneider tries the inside. Can't make it work off the 4th turn. Atala is your winner. Schneider 2nd, Weldon 3rd, Doug Foster 4th, Dave Kremanik 5th. Frank Schneider Sr. in the 56. Charlie DiLoretto in the 11, the 1 of Neil Eisminger. The 1R of Darrell Robinson, 55 Stacy White, Rich Appolito in the 77X, 0 Dave Greenewald. The 4 is Don Kremaniker, and the 10 of Fred Schneider. Fred Schneider in the number 10. Caution out, not a good start. As we said, Schneider. Green is out. Final heat race of the night is underway. Frank Schneider Sr. in the 56 and Charlie DiLoretto in the 11 are battling for the lead down the back straightaway with the 1 of Neil Eisminger right behind. Darrell Robinson in the 1 right in on the battle as well. Still side by side, Frank Schneider Sr. in the 56, Charlie DiLoretto in the 11, and Neil Eisminger in the 1 is right behind him. Then Rich Appolito in the 77X, Darrell Robinson in the 1R, and the 0 Dave Greenewald. Side by side for the lead again, completing lap number 2. Like Frank Schneider Sr. had the upper hand by a bumper that time down the front stretch. And he's got a car length now and more as Neil Eisminger moves to 2nd. DiLoretto got a little too high, but Charlie's got his foot to the floor down the back straightaway. Car of Don Kremaniker, a first-timer, is about to get overtaken here. He gets lapped at the halfway point. Frank Schneider Sr., your leader. Charlie DiLoretto 2nd, Neil Eisminger 3rd, then Rich Appolito. And I was seeing the 1R of Darrell Robinson. That's the 13 of Lou Lamondi, running in the 5th slot. Dave Greenewald in the 0. 10 Fred Schneider, 55 Stacy White. Neil Eisminger in the 1. The Eismingers, Pennzoil, 10-minute oil change 1. Has his nose into 2nd that time by. Charlie DiLoretto. And the carrier, IES Supply 11, now back in 3rd. Rich Appolito in the 77X is 4th. Lou Lamondi into 13th, 5th, and the 0 of Dave Greenewald. Still going at it for 2nd. Eisminger and DiLoretto. Charlie up high in turn 4. He'll be 3rd as they come down the front chute. Frank Schneider Sr., the Rockies Lounge, Schneider Trucking, Spirit, Harley-Davidson. Riggle is your leader. 1 more lap to go. Neil Eisminger running 2nd. It's the car that Lendo Brzezelski drove last year. The Eismingers, Pennzoil 10-minute oil change, number 1 second. The Babco and Bibes Carrier 11 of Charlie DiLoretto is third, and Rich Appolito and the Pats Electric 77X fourth. Then the 0 of Dave Greenawald. The Carnes Bakery machine runs fifth. Checkered flag is waving. Final heat race of the night to Frank Schneider Sr. Neil Eisminger second. And Charlie DiLoretto with a problem there as Dave Greenawald comes the whole way to third. Lou Lamonde fourth. 46 had motor problems in the heat race, and they're still trying to get the 29 of Ken Sheltonbrand to fire. Here they come off the fourth turn. The green is out, and we're underway. The first of two 20-lappers for the late models down the front straightaway to turn number 1. Mike Cecile in car 35 has the upper hand. Baker second, Flinner third. Bradish down on the inside of the 5 car moves to fourth. Zarin runs fifth. Dawson is sixth. Nepper seventh. Then Ferree, Dodd, and Binal. Coming off the fourth turn, Flinner trying to take second away from Steve Baker as Mike Cecile leads the way. Auction Barn 09 to the inside again, pressuring Steve Baker for second. Baker holds him off down the back chute. Flinner third, Bradish fourth, Zarin is fifth, Nepper sixth, Dawson is back to seventh, Ferree eighth, Dodd ninth, and Binal coming on the T8 trying to move into the 8th spot as he passes Dodd and now tries to take Ferree down the front chute into turn number 1. The side-by-side battle for second continues between Baker and Flinner. Mike Cecile pulling away here in car number 35. 2 laps down, 3 laps are down now. 3 laps down. Into 1. Baker still trying to hold off the persistent challenges of John Flinner for second. They are wheel-to-wheel off the 2 down the back straightaway. The Auction Barn 09 and the Field Lucon Red Tab 84. Into turn number 3, the battle continues. Flinner and Baker off the fourth turn. Flinner's got his nose in front this time. He is second, Baker third as they head into turn number 1. Bradish fourth, Jim Zarin fifth. Rick Dawson is back to sixth. Baker now back on the outside, has the momentum, and he'll take second back down the back straightaway. Mike Cecile continues to pull away with his battle behind him for second. Cecile leading. Baker and Flinner wheel-to-wheel for second, and now Zarin challenging Bradish for fourth into turn number 1. Dawson 6th, Nepper 7th, Ferree 8th, Dodd 9th, Binal is 10th. Baker up, dusting the wall in turn number 2, and Flinner is second again. Baker back to third, Bradish fourth, Zarin 5th. Cecile about to enter some lap traffic with 6 laps down. 6 laps down. Will Bradish into 5, now challenging the 84 of Steve Baker. Car into the wall. Ferree and Doug Dodd make contact coming down the front straightaway, and the caution is out. Ed Ferree in car 4 and Doug Dodd in the 12 racing hard for about 8th and 9th. B.A. Malquit is 11th. Johnny Johnson 12th, back on the gas. Here they come. The green is out. Coming off of force, Cecile pushes up high. Flinner's there. There's contact. Cecile's got the lead going in. Oh, we got a car. Bill Nepper in the 55. Bill Nepper in the 55 gets tagged and sent spinning. Taking the Uke tires with him on the inside of that front straightaway. Bill Nepper in car 55, who was running up in the top 10 on that. Here we go. It's Cecile's race to restart. Hold them in. Everyone getting out of shape. Now they jump on the gas, and here they come off the fourth turn. Watch this, folks, down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Caution out. No go, says starter Greg Wheeling. Too many guys in the back of the pack. We're way too many guys. Waiting. Here we go. On the gas. Green is out. Cesare takes off with the lead again. Into turn number 1. Winner goes in right behind and then dives to the inside into turn 2. The Auction Barn 09 trying to take the lead down the back straightaway. Bradish is 3rd. Baker 4th. Rick Dawson up to 5th. Mike Cesare still your leader. John Flinner running 2nd. Bradish 3rd. Baker 4th. Dodd and Dawson battle for 5th. In turn 2, Flinner trying to work the inside of Mike Cesare. Still Cesare by car length down the back chute into 3. Bradish 3rd, side by side for 4th. Doug Dodd on the move in the 12 car. He comes swinging up to 4th. So that contact with Ed Ferree early in the race has not slowed down Doug Dodd. John Flinner putting the pressure to Mike Cesare and gathers him up down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Cesare still leading. Flinner is on the charge in the Auction Barn 09. Jeff Henry slows down in the J7. 9 laps down. Henry off the pace now, back underway. The green stays out. Doug Dodd is on the move, folks. Doug Dodd in car 12 is up to 3rd. Cesare leads. Flinner runs 2nd. Dodd is 3rd. Bradish 4th. Baker 5th. Dawson 6th. Zarin 7th. Penal 8th. Malquit 9th. And Ricky Thomas runs 10th at the halfway point. Ricky Dawson now to the inside of Steve Baker. Dawson 5th. Baker drops to 6th. Cesare's opened up a little bit of a lead on Flinner. And Bradish is trying to take 3rd back away from Doug Dodd. 9 laps to go. 9 to go. Mike Cesare by 6 or 7 car lengths, your leader. John Flinner 2nd. Dodd is 3rd. Bradish 4th. And Dawson 5th. Dawson looks like he's coming on here in the 67 car with 8 laps to go. Baker trying to take 6th away from Jimmy Zarin. Steve passes him into 1, then Zarin dives back underneath him in turn 2. Zarin is 6th, Baker 7th, Penal 8th, Malquit 9th, and Thomas still runs 10th. Lap traffic not far in front of race leader Mike Cesare. Flinner still 2nd, Dodd 3rd, Bradish 4th, and Dawson runs 5th. Zarin 6th, then 7th now is Penal. Baker is 8th, Malquit 9th, and Thomas 10th. 25 pitting. Mark Booth in the pits. Mike Cesare continues to lead, and that lead is growing. 6 laps to go. Cesare off the 2nd turn down the back straightaway. 2nd night in the late models, moving up from the limited late models, where he was the co-rookie of the year last season. That car is on a rail with 5 laps to go. 5 to go. Flinner still 2nd. Bradish and Dodd battling for 3rd. Dawson 5th. Zarin 6th, Penal 7th. Baker 8th. Malquit 9th. Thomas runs 10th. More laps. Mike Cesare looking for his first late model feature win. The Steel Horse Racing, TD Sports Lounge, Gills Cafe, Rocket Chassis. Flinner now trying to close back in here. Flinner is mounting a charge. He is really coming. John Flinner right now behind Mike Cesare, dives to the inside of him with 3 laps to go. It's not over yet. Into turn 1. Cesare's lead evaporated in 1 lap. Hope he's having mechanical problems or what, but they're all over him down the back straightaway as he works lap traffic. Into 3. Cesare pushing high in turn 4. Flinner 2nd. Dodd 3rd. Bradish 4th. Dawson 5th with 2 to go. Sear's car continues to push up in that second and fourth turn, but he's still got the lead down the back straightaway. Coming for the white flag. Doug Dodd now tries the outside of Flinner. Flinner going for the lead here in turn 4. Off the fourth turn, Flinner takes the lead with 1 lap to go. Sear's second now. Dodd is third. Lap traffic in front of your leaders as they head off at 2 down the back straightaway. John Flinner in the auction barn 09 leads the third into turn number 3. He's got 2 cars side by side in front of him. Doug Dodd now to second. Here they come to the checkered flag. The first of the twin 20s to John Flinner. Dodd second, Sear third, Bradish and Dawson complete the top 5.
Birthday. John's daughter Taylor is celebrating a birthday today, and Daddy gets her a feature win here tonight. The auction barn. We got another one to go yet. This is John's 5th win here at Pittsburgh. It's been a while. But what a run again for Mike Sear. Great to see the Pappy Kessler Auction Barn 09 back in Victory Lane here in Pittsburgh. The last time was a while back when Dennis Curry was the driver. Folks, he's out of the car. Put your hands together. John Flinner is the winner. I tell you what, was that as much fun as it looked?
The Pappy's motors are real. All that is a spec motor with a small spoiler. But I kept on I washed it for him. And I put some water on I kept on watering that motor. I told him, hoping maybe it'll grow a little bit.
That was quite a race, John. I'm going to tell you, Mike Sear and you had a battle going, then he went away from you. Then all of a sudden, it looked like his car really started to push at the end, and man, you gathered him up quick.
It looked like he started to slow down, and I think that's just from not having the experience of leading the race at the end, because I know what that's like, I'll tell you. But I had to calm down myself, too, because I lost my head on that one restart we got together and stuff. And then I just got straightened out, and here you drive here like Daytona, nice and straight and stuff. And I think it worked. But then I had to worry about Dodd on my bumper, too.
Well, I tell you what, you got the fans up there warmed up in a hurry, and they're ready for another 20-lapper. We want you to pull the inversion. You got to pull peel here, pick an envelope. I don't know, man. They just handed them to me. Let's see where John's going to start in the second 20-lapper. 10.
Willie White from Heidelberg, 25 of Lendo Brashelski out of Kennedy Township. Tom Schernhofer in the 8th, the 3J of Joe Johnson. Robert Freshour in the 83R. Seven of Ken Manecki. 20 laps for the limited late models. Here they come off the fourth turn. The green is out. John Pavlik is your leader. Look out, Lendo Brashelski hard into that third turn in car 25. He is second as they exit turn 4. Tom Schernhofer in the 8 running third, then the 55 of Willie White, the 76 of Dave Wade, moving up into 5th. John Pavlik, your leader. Len Dobrashowski putting the pressure on in car 25. Schoenhofer in the 8, second time behind the wheel of this car, runs third. Wade is up to fourth now. Willie White fifth in the 55, then the 83 of Robert Freshour. Willie White in the 55 sliding high up in turn 2, and Freshour in the 83 pressures him for fifth. John Pavlik leading, Len Dobrashowski going right on his bumpers. They go into turn 3, and here comes Tom Schoenhofer in the 8 underneath Dobrashowski, but he can't make it stick off the fourth turn. And Dave Wade in the 76 is moving quickly as well as he's up to fourth. Pavlik, your leader. Dobrashowski right behind him into turn number 3. Schoenhofer in the 8 and Wade in the 76 are right there as well. Here they come off of 4. Dobrashowski goes to the outside, and he'll take the lead away with 4 laps down. Dave Wade moving to third in car number 76. Schoenhofer back underneath him in 1 and 2. Wade holds him off in the specialty turbine. Tiger Machine and Manufacturing, Yingling Lager 76. Meantime, out in front, it is the rough cut Slim Jim Sub Express 25 of Len Dobrashowski, and he is moving on here with 5 laps down. Pavlik second. Dave Wade third. Schoenhofer fourth. Rick Heim, who started 12th, is up to 5th. The Lowry's Run Automotive 29 up to 5th as Wade tries to take second away from the 00 of John Pavlik. Bob Damron slowing down on the back straightaway in car 12B. Bob Damron in the 12B into the pits on the back chute, ending his maiden voyage in the limited lates as Dave Wade now second, trying to track down race leader Len Dobrashowski. Pavlik third, Schoenhofer fourth, Rick Heim runs fifth. Freshour is 6th, Stephan 7th, Laurie is 8th, White 9th, Joe Johnson is 10th in car 3J. Ricky Heim in the 29. Now caught the 4th and 3rd place cars of Tom Schoenhofer and John Pavlik. As we got another car to the pits, it's Tom Bateman in the 8B. Dobrashowski putting a lap on the 77 of Ken Minnecke. 11 laps to go. Dave Wade second. Schoenhofer third, Pavlik fourth, Heim is 5th. Halfway, 10 laps to go, 10 to go. Rick Heim in the 29 challenging John Pavlik on the inside through 3 and 4. Heim moving into the 4th spot. Dobrashowski still leading almost by half a straightaway over Dave Wade. Tom Schoenhofer impressive tonight. And the Schoenhofer Welding Kangaroos Outback Cafe number 8. He's up to 3rd. He's been running a solid 3rd. Set only the 2nd week behind the wheel. Former Ed Ferry crew member. Heim is 4th and trying to track down Schoenhofer. Pavlik 5th. Freshour 6th. Stephan 7th. Pete Laurie are running 8th. Joe Johnson 9th. Willie White is 10th. All still on the lead lap with 7 laps to go. 7 to go. Heim closing in on Schoenhofer for 3rd. Dobrashowski's going to have some more lap traffic to work with here soon. Your leader with 5 more laps to go. 5 to go. Dave Wade trying to run him down. Schernhofer third, Heim is fourth. John Pavlik still fifth, Reschauer sixth, Steffen seventh, and Laurier eighth, all running together there in turn one. Dobroshelski goes around the five of George Kawadik. Dobie up high, close to the wall, exiting turn four. Four laps to go, and Dave Wade has really closed in now as Dobroshelski having some problems, and we've got a spin. A couple of cars together. I believe they were running the sixth and seventh spots. Robert. 4 laps to go. And away we go. Dobroshelski leads. Dave Wade dives to the inside into turn number one. Still Dobroshelski, Wade right behind him. Schernhofer third, Rick Heim a close fourth. John Pavlik fifth, Pete Laurier running sixth. 3 more laps, 3 laps to go. Pete Laurier trying to overtake John Pavlik for fifth as Dobroshelski starts to pull away with 2 laps to go. The Rough Cut Slim Jim, Sub Express, Rocket Chassis, Len Dobroshelski, leading winner last year in the spectator stocks, moving up to the limited late models and moving on with 1 lap to go here. Schernhofer now got a little loose there in the fourth turn, still third with Rick Heim putting the pressure on for that third spot. John Pavlik is still fifth. Oh, Dobroshelski almost got the wall off at turn 2, and Dave Wade is closing in. Coming to the checkered flag. In turn 4, Dobroshelski keeps her down in the fast lane this time, and he will pick up the win with Wade second, Heim third, Schernhofer fourth, and John Pavlik getting fifth.
Last week, Len Dobroshelski led it a while, but let it get away at the end. Tonight, in his second week in the division, he finds himself in victory lane. Out of the car, put your hands together for Len Dobroshelski. This thing's so fast it doesn't want to stop. The Rough Cut Slim Jim Sub Express 25. Come on down here, Len. What? Way to go. For a while and it got away from me, but
last week it was great, you know. First night out for the car, we were just expecting a top 10, you know, just to finish in one piece and to lead like we did. You know, the testament to my crew, especially Phil Lucon and Steve Baker. They've been really, every time I call them, I feel like, you know, I'm such a pain in the butt. You know, I call them, oh, what's this doing? How can we make it better? And, you know, they're here helping. You know, my good friend Ricky won last week, so I had to try and win this week to keep pace with them.
It still looks like it gives you, starts to, what are you getting used to the car, or is that the car, or what?
Still has a lot to do with me, but on the last lap something broke on the right front coming out of 2, and I said, oh man, not again. Led to almost the whole thing, and here we go. But it's fast. Like I said, I just can't believe it. You know, this is too good to be true to move up. But them pure stocks are the best training ground in the world, man. They really teach you how to drive a car that don't want to handle.
I think Rick Heim and you
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, Rough Cut, Slim Jim, Suffolk Express, Meineke Mufflers on Rock 60, Golden Touch, Steel Auto Body, KDL Construction, and like I said again, I'd like to thank Phil Lucon down at Lucon's Red Fab.
Started 12th and finished 4th. Check that Rick Nye was able to get third on the final lap, so he went from 12th to 3rd. Ricky Thomas on the pole in the 99, Steve Baker in the 84. He started on the front row of the first round and went backwards. He's back up front again. 04 being Malco T8 Mark Banal, 1Z Jim Zarin, 67 Rick Dawson, 5 Lou Bradish, and the 35 of Mike Cecere, the 12 of Doug Dodd, and the 09 of John Flinner, 9C Doug Crawford, the 48 of Johnny Johnson, the 17 Lance Elson, and the 1 of Bob Waring Sr., 8 Dennis Curry, and the 96 F of Keith Berner, 99 Ben Miley, the 33 of Bob Mosky, 6 Jim Lemper, the 7 of Bill Adler, 29 Ken Sheltonbrand, the 3J of Joe Johnson, 44 Mark Moats, 14 Ronnie Exposito, J7 Jeff Henry, the 25 of Mark Booth. On the gas off the fourth turn, the green is out. Our second late model 29 feature is underway. Number 1, 2 is Ricky Thomas with the hot spot right now. He's the man leading them down the back straightaway. Baker second, but all putting the pressure on the T8. They run wheel to wheel into 3 and 4. Mark Banal, the T8, trying to overtake Steve Baker for second, and he will off the fourth turn. Is race to restart. When he goes, we go. And he's on the gas, and the green is out as they come into turn number 4. Thomas and Banal, look out. Banal is the leader in
champion in victory lane for the first time in 1999. Struggled a bit last week. And wasn't razor sharp in that first 20-lapper tonight, but he sure had things figured out in the second one. Even got a little ding on the left rear quarter panel. How about a nice hand, folks, for Mark Banal. Come on down here. Nice hair.
It off.
Did you shave it after the first race or before you got here?
I got here. I fear I might need a picture tonight now.
Things weren't going too good last week and even the first race tonight. Did you make a bunch of changes?
Well, see, this is that new car with the... wasn't very good last week here.
Tonight, though, I'll tell you, this competition's getting tough. Some young guys are running real strong, putting some pressure on you veterans.
Later or what, Dan? They're right on us.
Has to feel good. You won the track championship last year, and you get a win on the second week this year, so who knows? Maybe you can defend.
But you never know. You know, with these guys coming up through the ranks here, they put a lot of pressure on you. And then the veterans that are here, too, they also let you know they're here, as you can see from my quarter.
Who did that to you, Mark? Nobody would bump you.
Well, Brad thought I cut him off in the first 20, and so he let me know he was there in the second 20.
You guys have a lot of fun. There's a lot of competition, but it's a good group of drivers here, and y'all get along pretty well.
Yeah, that's what's nice about coming here. You know, you got a tire roll, and they get you out of here at a decent time. People don't want to stay here for 5-6 hours. You know, we could run other places closer to home, but you know, this track here always gets you out at a decent hour. You know, you ain't got the fans waiting for 5 or 6 hours for the race to go on. And here we are, we're going to go home with a little bit of money tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're winning so much, you're getting to be quite a talker, Mark.
Hey, thank you, Don.
How about a nice hand for Mark Banal? E-Mods. 00 Voody Petsko on the pole. 11H Rick Robinson, 28 Jeff Broniszewski, 69 Danny Burns, the 84 of Jimmy Petrell, the 19 of Jim Dandy Jr., and the 0 of Larry Kugel. 16 DJ Miller, the 14 of Scott Stifler. 17 M Russ Matique, and the 22 of Gary Scott. 66 Jimmy Plants, the 10 of Wayne Tessine, last week's winner, starting 12th. 66 Dale Fuller. 44 of Bobby Bongiorni, the 29 of Jeff Hackey, and the 63 of Ralph Hysong Jr., the 40 of John Mirgo, 67 Dennis Niederreiter in the 44, excuse me. 67 Bobby Bongiorni, Jake Miller in the 77, the 53 of Jim White, Scott Jones in the 71, Kerry Petrosky in the 0, and the 14 G of Scott Gunn. And boom, Danny Burns, Wayne Tessine is caught up in the mess as well. Looked like the 11 of Rick Robinson and the 69 of Danny Burns hit wheels coming down the front straightaway. On the back straightaway, Jim White trying to get to the pits, and looks like he may make it. Green is out, green is out. Caution is out. The 53 car did not make it to the pits.
Here we go. Hopefully to stay green. 00 Booty Petsko. 28 Jeff Broniszewski, your new front row, and the green is out. Look at this battle for about third spot here. Jim Dandy Jr., the 19 down low. They're 3 wide behind him. Booty Petsko with a nice lead here in the early going. Jim Dandy Jr. trying to overtake Jeff Broniszewski for second. Scott Stifler in the 14 and Larry Kugel in the 0 are right there as well. Jim Petrell in the 84. Running in the 6th spot as Dandy moves to second. Stifler and Broniszewski wheel to wheel for third. Broniszewski third, Stifler fourth, Kugel runs fifth. Then Jimmy Petrell and Jimmy Plants and Gary Scott and DJ Miller and Ralph Hysong Jr. Three laps down. Scott Stifler and Jeff Broniszewski battling for third. Stifler moves into the third spot in the 14 car. Broniszewski in the 28 now fourth, and Kugel in the 0 running fifth. Petrell 6th, Plant 7th, Miller 8th, Scott 9th, and Hysong is 10th. Booty Petsko out in front out of Brookville, Ohio. The Shraba Excavating. DAF Racing Supply 66 is your leader with 10 laps to go. Jim Dandy Jr. trying to track him down. Kugel fourth now, Broniszewski is fifth. And the Tomais Towing 28, the Penfield Contracting 0 to fourth. Broniszewski though right there putting the pressure back on Larry for that fourth spot. Jimmy Petrell still 6th, Jimmy Plant 7th, DJ Miller 8th, Ralph Hysong Jr. is 9th now. In the battle for 10th, Russ Matika pressuring the 22, the Swissvale Music 22 of Gary Scott for 10th. Jim Dandy Jr. closing in a bit on Booty Petsko as we close in on the halfway point. Bobby Bongiorni, looks like he's got a flat tire in the 67. He heads for the pits. Bobby Bongiorni pit bound in the 67 car. And Jim Dandy Jr. now within a couple of car lengths of race leader Booty Petsko. At the halfway point, 7 laps to go, 7 to go. Jimmy Petrell, who was running 6th, takes the 84 car to the pits. Jim Dandy Jr. closing in a little more on Booty Petsko. Dandy is definitely the faster of the two through the corners. He will dive to the inside into turn 1 and show his nose. A little more than that as he pulls alongside of Petsko now. They motor off at 2 down the back straightaway. It's Booty Petsko by half a car length into turn number 3. Through 3 and 4, still Booty Petsko. Jim Dandy Jr. right on his tail with 5 laps to go. 5 to go. Scott Stifler 3rd. Larry Kugel 4th. Jeff Broniszewski 5th. Jim Dandy Jr. hits the wall. Something broke apparently in the steering of the 19 cars. He just went up and grazed the wall, and he is off the pace. Caution is out for the 19 of Jim Dandy Jr. I don't know if he's got a flat tire or what the problem is, but all of a sudden the car just wouldn't turn. He went up and grazed the wall as he was challenging for the lead. 5. He's a little excited. Here we go. 5 laps to go. On the gas, the green is out. And watch them rumble into turn number 1, the M-Stall E-Mods. Whoa, Scott Stifler went in hard and high. He rockets off the second turn back into then we got a spin in the middle of the field there. Spin in turn 2. We're going to have to do it all over again. Car driver right behind him, Scott Stifler, first time here this year, and he's running strong in the 14 car. And the green is back out, and here we go into turn number 1. Watch the fun. Stifler goes in on the inside. Booty Petsko's got the lead into turn 2. Stifler second, Kugel third, down the back straightaway. Broniszewski fourth, Jimmy Plants is fifth. Here comes Larry. The Penfield Contracting Zero of Larry Kugel. Trying to overtake Scott Stifler for second. 4 laps to go. DJ Miller also trying to move quickly on the inside in the number 16. He goes into that 4th slot. Broniszewski to 28, 5th, and he's got his hands full there with the 66 of Jimmy Plants and the 63 of Ralph Hysong Jr. Stifler is back to second, Kugel third. And Booty Petsko leads with 3 laps to go. Look out, Ralph Hysong Jr. 63 out of shape for a minute. Down the back straightaway, it's the race for 5th right now between Jeff Broniszewski, 66 Jimmy Plant, 17 Russ Matika to 63 of Ralph Hysong Jr. and Wayne Tassine back in the top 10 in car 10. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Nice lead here for Booty Petsko. The Schraube Excavating DAF Racing Supplies Valley Floor Covering half-breed chassis is pulling away, folks, with 1 lap to go. 1 more lap. M-Stall Modified feature events. Booty Petsko has got them covered down the back straightaway. Scott Stifler second, Larry Kugel third. Look out, Broniszewski, and we got a car up and over. Jimmy Plants up over the front of Jeff Broniszewski's, and the red is out. The 28 of Jeff Broniszewski and the 66 of Jimmy Plants. Plants went up over the front end of Broniszewski's and then barrel rolled on the back straightaway. Right behind him in Larry Kugel third. DJ Miller fourth. Russ Matika now fifth. We had to shuffle the deck a bit after that accident. Green is out, and here we go. Petsko still leads. Stifler second. Kugel third. Russ Matika on the outside of the 17 is fourth. Now down the back straightaway, and look at Jim Dandy. Now remember, he is on the lead lap. He is on the lead lap. Jim Dandy Jr. gathering them up here off the 4th turn of the 19 car. 1 more lap to go. Booty Petsko leads them into turn 1. Scott Stifler second. Then it's Kugel, Dandy, and Miller off the 2nd turn down the back straightaway. And here comes again the 17 of Russ Matika. Coming to the checkered flag. Booty Petsko hugging the inside, protecting that low line off the 4th turn, and he will win his first M-Stall Modified feature at Pittsburgh. Stifler second, wow, close for 3rd and 4th. 5th will be the 17 of Russ Matika.
might have been the longest last lap in the history of motorsports. Come on down here, Booty. And he says, Grandpa can't get out of the car, but I tell you what a run. That must have to be the longest run you've ever been in.
Yeah, I think it was about 100 miles.
Congratulations, you stopped the Larry Kugel Wayne Tessine streak, and I know you've been trying real hard to do that.
Last week, and that's a brand new car. We had bad shock, so we fixed that. Did a little bit of tinkering with it. It seemed to go a little bit better tonight than it did last week.
Well, you look really strong. You know, you're running the upper groove, the middle groove, but then in the end you put it on the bottom, and it didn't really seem to matter. It just stuck wherever you put it.
Oh, I knew whoever was behind me was going to have to go around the outside, so I just put her down on the bottom and kept her there.
First win at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, first win.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have a nice hand, folks, for Booty Petsko. Ralph Hysong Jr. in car 63 was the Monarch Oil Hard Charger. The distance, Rich Appolito on the pole in the 77X. Dave Kremaneker in the 3D on the outside. And the green is out. Down the back straightaway, lots of jockeying for positions. Rich Appolito leads in the 77X, last year's Rookie of the Year. Pat Weldon is on the move in the 45 as he challenges Dave Kremaneker in the 3D for second. Frankie Schneider now in the Mach 5, moving up into third. Doug Foster in the 3 is challenging for third, and Al Atala, last week's feature winner, who started 12th, up into the 5th spot. Still Rich Appolito in front with Pat Weldon putting the pressure on. The All Destinations Travel 45 pressuring the Pat's Electric 77 and blows on by in turn number 2. Pat Weldon into the top spot. Al Atala and Frankie Schneider trying to close in on the front two. Schneider's Mach 5 is third. Atala in the 00 car running fourth. Pat Weldon continues to lead the way. Here they come, completing lap number 5, 10 to go. Frankie Schneider in the Mach 5, challenging the 77 of Appolito. On the outside is the 00 of Al Atala. Pat Weldon continues to lead. Here they come for second. 3-car battle down the front straightaway. Appolito, the meat of the sandwich between Schneider and Atala. The Kelly's Beer 00 of Al Atala on the outside moving to second, and the Schneider Trucking 5 of Frankie Schneider goes to third. Appolito in the Patch Electric 77 drops to fourth.
Doug Foster running a consistent 5th in the Lloyd's Auto Paint and Supply, number 3. Neil Eisminger is 6th. Frank Schneider Sr. 7th. Lou Lamonde 8th. Fred Schneider is 9th. And Charlie DiLoretto runs 10th in car number 11. Six more laps to go. 6 to go. Pat Weldon trying to hold off last week's winner, Al Attala, and last week's second place finisher, Frankie Schneider. They run 2nd and 3rd with Appolito 4th, and Neil Eisminger now trying to move into 5th. He's underneath 3 of Doug Foster, and right behind them, Frank Schneider Sr. in the 56. Quite a battle for 5th. And on the front straightaway, Dave Beck in the 63X gets turned sideways and straightens it out. Green stays out. Just 4 laps to go. Doug Foster still 5th. Neil Eisminger 6th and Frank Schneider Sr. 7th. They are close, and they're closing in on the 77 of Rich Appolito, who runs 4th. And Stacy White is off the pace in car 55. Stacy White in car 55 slowing down on the back straightaway. And the caution is out. Is Greg Wheeling? Boys starting a little early. Somebody done killed the cone. 4 laps to go. Sheriff, I've seen it all now. He's on a suicide mission. His cone got hit and he's all upset. He stands in front of the racetrack when cars are coming around to take the green flag. Oh my. Pat Weldon getting back to the race. It's still Pat Weldon leading with Al Attala 2nd and Frankie Schneider 3rd. Rich Appolito 4th. The battle for 5th continues. It is getting close with 1 lap to go. Pat Weldon, Al Attala, Frankie Schneider 1, 2, and 3. Appolito still 4th. Frank Schneider Sr. now 5th. Doug Foster 6th. Neil Eisminger 7th. Pat Weldon, the All Destinations Travel Valley Inn Social Hall. Thea's Boutique 45 leads. Al Attala is going to give it 1 go on the inside here as they come to the checker flag. He's down on the bottom of the racetrack. Here they come side by side off of 4. Pat Weldon will win it. Schneider 3rd. Appolito and Schneider 4th and 5th. Mrs. Plant, you are to stay on this side. They will come around and pick you up, I'm told, instead of going into the pits. Mrs. Plant.
just can't get down here fast enough. Congratulations. I'll tell you what, the car just looked super the whole race. I'll hold it, Utah.
Felt real good. Track is really slick. There's a lot of trouble to get the car to hook up. The car seemed faster before the caution, and the caution come out, and I don't know if the tires cooled off or what it was, but it just seemed like it was real bad.
Well, you weren't losing any ground. I mean, I think you were pretty consistent. Might have felt a little slower, but it didn't look any slower.
It felt slower. The car was a little squirrelier in the turns, but it all worked out for the better, I guess.
We ended last year, I think, with the win right the Pittsburgh weekend, so you just get one on the second week this year. The batteries even froze. Go ahead.
Season lap.